Welcome to the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur Podcast. I want you to be rich. Yes, I want abundant financial success for your business. But I don't just care about your business making money. I care about you too. I want you to be rich in happiness, in the impact you make, in your relationships, and in how you give back. I'm Anna. I built my six-figure business as a side hustle while I was pregnant with my daughter in 2016. Now I've helped dozens of women do the same. I'm here to help you build a profitable, heart-centered, fully booked business with the latest tips on sales and visibility, with proven mindset hacks, and sneak peeks behind the scenes with what's working right now in the online space and in my business. Ready to make more money with heart? Let's go. Hi friends, I'm so excited to have my friend and beautiful client, Hayley Klees, online business coach for teachers, on today. You are going to love not just her story, but her heart. Of course, she's a teacher, right? You're going to love her. Hayley, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yes, thank you so much, Anna. I'm so excited to be here. So I am a former middle school ELA teacher, and back in 2020, right when all the craziness was happening, I learned how to work from home for Teachers Pay Teachers sellers. And I did not realize that they hire teachers to help them with email marketing and social media and things like that for their store. And so I was able to create an online business where I was able to work from home and eventually replace my teacher income, where I do this full time now. And it's crazy that it's already been almost 4 years doing this, but it has been such a fun journey.
How amazing. Some of my best friends are teachers. And so I just have the biggest, like teachers, I feel like do such selfless work. Like when you're helping a student, right? Like you're not getting thanked. Like you're really doing it for like crown, like jewels on your crown in heaven. And so like, I just think teachers are the best people. And I love that you like specialize in helping them.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I feel like teachers just have a natural servant's heart. We love to serve, whether that's the students in the classroom or others around us. And so this is a great way that I've been able to still serve in the education space, but make that time for my family and be able to have that flexibility. And now I help teach other people how to do it. And it's just so amazing.
I love that. Okay, tell me a little bit about like, what are you most proud of yourself for? Obviously, before we even started working together, you figured out how to make money online as a VA, specifically with TPT. Like, what would you say are you most proud of yourself for in that chapter of figuring that out?
I would say the thing I'm most proud of is just learning how to use the skills that I had in the classroom, transferring them into the online space. Because I'll be completely honest with you, before I found out what a VA is, which means virtual assistant, I always thought of it as like the VA where the elderly people go. And so I never knew what VA stood for. And when I used to think of the term freelancing, I was like, oh, those are those like starving musicians in Nashville or those actors and actresses. But it's so much more than that. And so being able to use all of the skills from the classroom into the online space and knowing that I'm making a difference in people's lives has been so amazing.
I love that you're breaking down like some of the words and vocabulary, because I think in the online business space, we can tend to like use words that are confusing. And so I love that. And I bet you do that in your courses too, right? But I just love how approachable you make it.
Yes, absolutely. I always thought if I wanted to have another income, I'd have to go back to school, get another degree, or go become a realtor or something like that. And so like figuring out what this online business world really is. And I mean, I had to Google what SEO stood for when I started this, like I had no idea that was search engine optimization. So it's just those simple things that most people probably know if they have a non-teaching job, but it's very fun to learn new things.
I love that so much. Okay, tell me where you were at when did we start working together? How many months ago now?
We started working together about 5 months ago in November 2023.
Okay, give us a snapshot of where you were at in your business in that moment.
Okay, so I would say back in November 2023, I was pretty satisfied where I was with my client workload. But it was to the point where I wasn't sure if I wanted to take on more clients or if I wanted to transition into the coaching space. And I'm a natural coach at heart. I've coached volleyball my entire life. I played in college. So I have 10 plus years of coaching volleyball. I was a teacher coach for fellow teachers at my school. And so I knew that I could coach teachers online. I just wasn't really sure how. And so that's where your program came into play. And it was just so amazing and eye-opening that I was overcomplicating it in my head. And the fact that I found something that you had to offer that was able to simplify it for me just opened up my eyes to a whole brand new world.
I love that so much. I love what you said about like you had those natural skills, as you were thinking of adding on, and I know you came into the program kind of playing with some secondary income streams, but as you're layering on, you're a VA, right? You have that income stream, but you're thinking of adding on like, ooh, maybe I can do courses, right? Maybe I can have this second income stream. Like what was going through your head and what were some of the challenges you were facing as you were creating this secondary income stream on top of that and on top of the full-time job of being a mom?
I would say some of the challenges I had when starting this was that I was very comfortable getting clients and doing client work, but then switching that and becoming the CEO in my own business and creating my own course and coaching other people was kind of a mindset shift where I was doing more of the behind the scenes work for my clients to now being the front person and teaching other people how to do it. I knew I could. I just needed a little extra push.
What would you say that you were most intimidated by when it came to being the front of your business, when it came to visibility, but also like coaching, like stepping into that?
I would say knowing that if it was actually going to work or not, because it takes a huge leap of faith to add an additional aspect to your business. I've always known I've wanted additional income streams to have multiple streams of income. So I was comfortable with my client income, but then knowing how to transition that if people were going to buy my course or if people were going to want to learn from me, if what I had to offer was valuable, like did people see the value in my work that I had to offer as a coach? So shifting my mindset in that, I would say was the biggest thing.
And you had come in with some progress on your course. Like what, if anything, was helpful in getting coached when it came to actually stepping into that role of group coach and completing your course, et cetera?
I had a foundation for my course and knowing what I wanted the course to be about, how I wanted to teach people, but coming into Get and Coach, it allowed me to figure out those details that I just kept putting off because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how long to make my course for. Was it going to be 5 modules, 9 modules? Was the group coaching going to be 4 sessions? Was it going to be 10 sessions? It was all those things that I didn't know I needed until we actually worked together and you were able to ask me those questions that I really began to put the puzzle pieces together.
I love that. Talk to me about, let's like work backwards. Like, what did you end up getting for your launch? Like, how many people did you end up filling your group coaching program with? And then we can talk from there.
So I had a few people that had actually bought the pre-sale of my course before I made my main launch in November. So I would say I had 2 to 3 people come in from that. But then going through Get and Coach, I was able to bring in 11 new ladies to the program that I had never met before, that they had found me through social media or referrals. And because I was able to get to know them on a one-on-one basis through what you offer with Get and Coach and the steps that you tell us to take through that. I really formed connections with these ladies. And so it wasn't like I was just trying to sell them to, hey, join my course, I want your money. It wasn't anything like that. I knew that I wanted to serve these ladies in the best way possible. And so because of Get and Coach, you give us the scripts that we need to talk to them. You give us the questions to ask them in the coaching calls. And so I just felt so much more comfortable in jumping into that coach role because I had the things from your course that you provided.
I love that story so much of you had the 11, but it felt good. What I hear from a lot of my potential clients is like, I do want to sign clients, but I'm also nervous about once I have them, if I'll like them, if they're a fit, if I can get them results, right? Like, talk to me a little bit about what, I guess, how it feels to be fully booked. And is it nice or is it stressful?
Good question. The way that you've taught us to format onboarding clients and getting people to join our coaching program or one-on-one coaching, however we decide to do it, it's very comfortable for me because I'm so used to forming those connections from the classroom that I knew I wanted to form these connections with these ladies and getting to know them on a more personal basis before offering them something. And so in the way that you teach us how to offer the scholarships, I knew that yes, some people might get into the program for free, therefore I wasn't getting any money from them, but they were still gaining so much valuable information. And I was able to have ladies that paid me money to join the course because they saw the value that I offered them when we had those one-on-one connections. We had those one-on-one meetings where I could answer their questions about the course, where I could ease their mind about the things that they were learning. And so yes, at first I was nervous about, can I handle this workload, this caseload, these clients? But in my mind, I'm always the type of person that I'm just going to do it and I'm going to figure it out. So because I know that everything is figure outable, that's my favorite word, that I'm just going to do it. And if it works out, great. If there's some hiccups along the way, then it's been a learning process. So I think that's been the biggest thing for me.
I love that so much. As you're gearing up for your second group, like what with this first group, what were some of your what's your favorite thing about being a coach or group coach?
Being able to meet with the ladies. We have a Facebook group where we can communicate with each other and answer questions. And then they obviously have the course and the video modules that they can watch from me and learn. But the aspect of the program where we have 8 live coaching calls and we can come together on a Sunday night or we can come together on a Tuesday evening and I get to see their beautiful faces on Zoom and I get to give them a little coaching tidbit, some encouragement, some mindset work, and they're able to ask their questions about how do you create a portfolio or how do you find clients and things like that. Just talking to these ladies lights me up so much. And so that's definitely been my favorite part.
I love that. Remind me, initially, were you planning on having that many coaching calls with the course? I'm trying to remember.
Originally, yeah, I think so. So my program is a 12-week coaching program. And the way that we talked about it when I would ask my questions to you, Anna, as my coach, you had told me that instead of trying to do 12 calls where I did a call a week, you told me to stick to 8. So then it wasn't too overwhelming. If ladies, weren't caught up on all of the course video modules, they could still attend the coaching calls. And we had a call about every 10 days. And I feel like that was a good time frame in between because we could have a coaching call. I could give them some lessons, maybe a little homework assignment, and that was enough time to do it. And then we could come together and regroup and chat again. Whereas if we just had one call at the beginning of the month and one call at the end of the month, I didn't really feel like I could hold these ladies as accountable as I wanted to as their coach. And so that was something that was really fun to me, was be able to meet with them every 10 days or so and just see their progress along the way.
I love that. I mean, I'm not in your program, but I can just imagine like what type of coach you are, so intentional. Okay. In getting coach, what has been your favorite parts of the program or whether it was like a group call or the Slack support, like what do you feel like for you personally made the biggest difference?
I really like the group calls, obviously, because I'm very much a people person. But then I also like the Slack support. So I knew that on Wednesdays, I could ask questions if I had something that I needed assistance with. I knew that Thursday, I could submit worksheets where you could review them, give me some feedback and things like that. And just having those scripts inside of the course was so helpful because although I do feel like I can be good with words sometimes, under pressure or, jumping into a new role, I didn't always have the exact words. And so your scripts provided such a great foundation where I could tweak it and personalize it. And so it just made it really easy for me to be able to feel comfortable talking to these new ladies.
What would you say to someone that's thinking about getting coach, but feeling like, oh, maybe I could figure this out on my own? Like, do I really need the support? Like coaches having coaches, basically.
Oh, good question. I would say that getting a coach has been 100 times beneficial for me because I probably spent the majority of 2023 telling myself, I'm going to launch this course. I'm going to do this. I want to be able to help teachers. I want to be able to serve them. And it wasn't until the second to last month of the year that I actually took major action and progress and did the dang thing. So I think the good thing about getting coach is that it works for any type of coach, service provider, anything like that. The flexibility of it is awesome because yes, it can relate to one-on-one coaching. It can relate to group coaching. If you want to create a course, if you are more of a service provider, you can tweak it to your business. And so that was really nice for me because I was transitioning away from service provider work into more coaching work. And I didn't know if I really wanted to do one-on-one coaching. So at first I was like, I don't know if this program would really be for me. But then I chatted with you, and watched your little webinar, which was great. And it just opened up my eyes that no matter what my services are, no matter how I'm a coach, I can benefit from any type of help that I can get.
I love that. Okay, that gives me one more question. I know something you said at the beginning was like one of your bigger hurdles was like, okay, I'm going from being a service provider, a VA, to like being a coach and being a little bit more like visible online. I'm an expert. I'm on social media. Look at me, right? Like, what are you most proud of yourself for when it comes to your visibility growth in the last few months?
I would say that I'm most proud of putting the time and effort into my own business. Although I started my own business back in 2020, I didn't always feel like it was my business because I was working in other people's business all the time, which was fine. Like that was my job as a virtual assistant or a project manager or whatever role I was doing for the clients. But over time, I just kept feeling God pull on my heartstrings that it was time to step into that coach role, that leadership role. And so I tell teachers all the time, although I'm not a teacher in the traditional space anymore or a volleyball coach in the gym space, I can still coach and teach those educators online just as much as I could in person. And so it's been really fun.
I love that. And I love what you said about it. It really is a call to like, not just being a coach, but being a leader, right? And really like that next level of embracing, like, I am someone that has an opinion and a voice, and what I have to say matters.
Exactly. And you can't compare yourself to other people online because not everything you see is real. And that's something that I've had to learn is I know that what I have to offer is good. I know that what the Lord has blessed me with can help other people. And so my job is to just provide that information to help other teachers who may want it.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that so much. Okay. If people are listening to this and resonating with your story and they are a teacher, how can they connect with you more or learn more about your work?
Absolutely. So I would say first, go follow me on Instagram, send me a message if you want to chat. I love talking to people, obviously. And so I would love to get to know you more. I do have a course that I talked about that can teach you how to start your own freelancing business, working for those paid teacher sellers. And I have a free Facebook group that I will give Anna the link to that you're welcome to join and kind of get to know me and any other sellers that could possibly be clients of yours. And so I'm really excited just to get to know more teachers.
I love that so much. Yes, I will definitely put all of that in the show notes. And thank you, Hayley, for sharing your story of courage. And I think it's so interesting, but we don't often like hear the behind the scenes stories of like what it takes to fill a group program to 11 people, right? Like, and so I just love how you paint a picture that's like authentic and real, but I think one truly of hope for teachers that really are looking for different options and paths. And I think your story models so beautifully. There's so many ways to make money online, right? But the best way is to just like actually pick one and start doing it.
Exactly. Just pick one, start doing it. And the great thing about it is that you can use all of your skills from the classroom. You don't have to learn anything new. You're simply just transferring your skills from in-person to online.
I love that so much. So beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, Hayley. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks for hanging out today. Please hit that subscribe button so you can make sure to stay updated anytime a new episode drops. And I would love for you to join me in my free Facebook community. It's called The Heart-Centered Entrepreneur. We discuss the podcast episodes. I regularly go live and do free trainings. And you may even meet your newest biz bestie. So you can join at heartcenteredcommunity.com. It's absolutely free, and I cannot wait to see you in there.